the Face Nature series had as its start, I went to a conference in Thailand that was all about like art and science and technology. So I came equipped with, I had this idea I was going to like put nature in some relationship to my face and then make it electronic, like robotic. And I did just that. It was amazing. With help from others, I made this like chopstick construction with servo motors and alligator clips on the end of which I could take like beach detritus or sponges. And then when they're moving the most uncanny way. And then, so I learned things when I'm like, my practice is sort of experimental. It's like a laboratory. If I do that, what happens? And what happened is from the inside, I'm like closer to nature than you can ever be. It's so beautiful. But from the outside, it looks like I'm getting eaten by sponges. It's very uncanny. Somebody called it estrangement. I have to look that up if there's a whole philosophy of estrangement. But there's something that these things do. It's to the viewer, which is they make you think for a minute about what it means to be human, or maybe what it means to be a hybrid. I'm doing a lot of, like in my writing and my work, there's a lot of hybridity. Like in the new book about the future of the human head, there's a picture from a fashion shoot of a person whose hair is sculpted into 2 mushrooms. And it just looks like a fashion shoot, but I write about it as the future of human fungi hybridity, because like we're learning so much about the fungal network in the forest. There seems to be that there could be some relationship to humans. So I'm not sure if that can be true, but I'm speculating. So those are speculative. And I think that the stuff that I'm making makes other people speculate on things that pretty much everything I do makes you speculate on things that you assumed were one way, but realize could do many different things. Like a flounder has, at one point in its life, its eyes on the same side of its head, and at another point the eye moves. Well, so if the flounder can do that, what can humans do? We shouldn't think that things are so static. I mean, I was just reading today, there's this philosopher in Oxford who speaks about the 4 possible human scenarios. He doesn't like to talk about it that much because it came as a giant sensation. One is that we're in a simulation. One is that we're going to be extinct. One is that we'll reach the maximum of our technology and that will be it. And one is that we'll kind of go backward and forward. So I'm reading about all that kind of stuff. I'm not sure if it ties into spirituality, but the human future seems to be at work in both the spiritual and the technological. I don't know if spiritual is the right word. I think I'm getting at that when you make work in a kind of laboratory-like way, it has qualities that you're not even aware of at the time. So that when you step back and look at them, okay, I'm going to stop that sentence. So face nature is tied into the nature cycle, right? Like in the fall, everything that fell off the tree I was using at that time. And then in the winter, these pods just fell off, or the honey locust fell off about a month ago. So you're suddenly, is it spiritual to be tied to the cycle of nature? It's something like amazing. Now I know the names of the trees. I know when they fall, and I'm using them on me at this particular time. So suddenly there's some deep connection. And I think that's kind of spiritual, but I can't articulate it because I'm in the midst of it.